Hello all, hope you are doing well. In this series of videos of surveying, first we are going to see what are the things we have to study in the surveying. Okay, so first we are going to see what are the things we have to study in the surveying. Then in the consequent videos, we will cover each topic. Okay, so let us see total syllabus of surveying. These are the 13 chapters which are there in most of the competitive exams. Okay, then if you take the first one, basics of surveying, the things we have to study are classifications of surveying. Classifications of surveying means plane surveying, geodetic surveying, that is one classification, and another classification is like topographical surveying, engineering surveying, cadastral surveying, astronomical surveying, these things. Then we have to study what is scale and RF. Okay, you know how to convert from scale to RF and RF to the scale. Then there are different types of scales like plane scales, diagonal scales, vernier scale, engineer scale, these things. Okay, then next thing we have to study is the shrinkage of the map. That means sometimes map is subjected to the shrinkage. Because of that, whatever the values we will get from the map, that will be wrong. So we have to determine the correct value. That process we will see here. Okay, then we will see error due to the wrong scale. Okay, sometimes instead of using actual scale, we may go with other type of scale. So in that case, you have to apply the corrections. Next chapter is chain surveying. In the chain surveying, the things we are going to see is first one, instruments for chain surveying, like we are going to use chain and tape and pegs, arrows, ranging rods, optical square, cross staff, plumb bob, these things. Okay, so we are going to see them in detail, and then we will see the types of the chains like engineer's chain, metric chain, gunter's chain, revenue chain, these things. Then well conditioned triangle, chain surveying especially, you have to establish a well conditioned triangle always. So for that, what are the conditions that we will see. Then we will see the corrections for chain measurements. That means totally there are 6 to 7 types of corrections, like correction for standardization, correction for temperature, correction for slope, correction for misalignment, correction for the sag, correction for the pull, correction for the mean sea level, these things. Then finally we will see what is the limiting length of the offset in the chain surveying. Then next chapter is the compass surveying. In the compass surveying, we will see the types of the meridian and bearing. Types of the meridian means there are 4 types of meridian totally. First one is the true meridian, second one is the magnetic meridian, third one is the arbitrary meridian, and fourth one is the grid meridian. Those things we will see here. Then we are going to see what is forebearing and back bearing for the given line and what is the relation between them. Then we will see what is the whole circle bearing system and reduced bearing system, and how to convert from whole circle bearing to reduced bearing and reduced bearing to whole circle bearing. Then we will see what is declination. That means we will see what is magnetic declination. Then we will see what is deep, and then we will see if the bearings are given, how to calculate the included angle, deflection angles. Okay, so this part of included angles and deflection angles is very important. Next one is types of the compass. Basically there are 2 types of compass, prismatic compass and surveyor compass. The difference between them you can study here. Okay, the next chapter is leveling. In the leveling, we will see types of the leveling. So basically there are 4 types of leveling: direct leveling, barometric leveling, and hypsometry, and indirect leveling. So those 4 types of leveling we will see here. Then we are going to see only the types of direct leveling in this chapter. So direct leveling, again different types are there, like simple leveling, inverted leveling, differential leveling, reciprocal leveling, these things. Then we will see the applications of them also. And in the differential leveling, there are 2 methods to do the calculation. One is the height of instrument method, second one is the rise and fall method, that we will see in this one. Then we will see the corrections for staff reading. So again there are different types of corrections for the staff reading, like correction for the curvature of the earth, correction for the refraction, these things. Then finally we will see the sensitivity of the bubble. Okay, so if you take the level tube, it consists of a bubble. Then whenever whenever the instrument is not horizontal, then bubble will displace there. So using that concept, how can you eliminate different types of error, that we will see here. Next one is contouring. So in the contouring, we will see what are the contours for various profiles, like a contour for the hills, contour for the rivers, contour for the overhanging cliff, contour for the vertical cliff, these things. Then we will see what is the contour interval and what are the factors that they are going to affect the contour interval. Then we will see what is a contour gradient. Then we will see the methods of contouring, like direct method and indirect method, these things. Then we will see the theodolite surveying. Theodolite surveying, we are going to see the types of theodolite, like electronic theodolite, vernier theodolite, optical theodolite, these things. Then we will see axis of theodolite, like vertical axis, horizontal axis, and Trunnion axis, plate level axis, these things. Then we will see operations of theodolite, like swinging, traversing, and face left observation, face right observation, these things. Then we will see the adjustments. Okay, adjustments like temporary adjustments, permanent adjustments, these things. Then finally we will see the measurement of horizontal angles. So basically there are two methods for that. One is the method of repetition, and second one is the method of reiteration. Both the methods we will see here. And the next one is the trigonometric leveling. In the trigonometric leveling we are going to see how to determine the elevations. Okay, how to determine the elevations using the theodolite. So you know that using leveling we will determine the elevation, but using the theodolite also we can determine the elevation. That process we will see here. The next one is traversing. In the traversing we are going to see the types of traversing, like chain traversing, compass traversing, fast needle method, loose needle method, and plane table traversing, these things. Then we will see what is latitude and what is departure of the line. Then we will see the checksword traversing, like some of the latitude should be 0, some of the departure should be 0, these things. Then we will see how to calculate the error in the traversing, and then we will see the corrections for latitude and departure. Okay, so for the correction there are two methods, which are Bowditch rule and transit rule, which are very important. Again, that we will see in this chapter. And next one is the tachyometry. In the tachyometry we are going to see the stadia constant, like additive constant, multiplication constant. Then we will see what is an analectic lens and what is its importance in the tachyometry. Then we will see the methods of tachyometry, like stadia method and tangential method, and what is the difference between them, that we will see here. Then next chapter is photogrammetry. In the photogrammetry we will see how to determine the scale of the photograph. And there is another concept which is called as relative displacement, by using which you can determine the height of the towers or height of the buildings. Then we will calculate the number of photographs required for the given area and for the given scale. Then we will see the defects of the photograph, they are crab and drift. Then we will use a parallax concept to determine the distance. Okay, then next topic is plane table surveying. In the plane table surveying we will see the components of plane table surveying, like what are the operators we are going to use in the plane table surveying. Then we will see the adjustment, orientation, leveling, centering, these things we will see there. Then method of plane table surveying. So totally there are four methods of plane table surveying, starting with the intersection, radiation, and traversing and resection. These methods we will see there. The next one is areas and volume. Area can be basically calculated in two methods. One is the area from the mid ordinate, second is from the area from the traversing. So those two things we will see here. Along with that we can see the calculation of volume. So in this chapter of areas and volumes we will get different formulas, like trapezoidal formula, Simpson formula, prismoidal formula, these things. Then next one is Edm and Total Station. So here we will see what is the purpose of the Edm, and what are the types of the waves, what are the types of light waves used in the Edm, and what are the types of Edm and their ranges. Types of Edm means, like, you have three types: distometer, tellurimeter, geodimeter, these things. And we will also see how much distance they can measure. And finally we will see the applications of the total station. Then in the last chapter, remote sensing, GIS and GPS, we will see the process of the remote sensing, and we will see the components of the GIS. So basically GIS is a computer based software. So for that, what are the things you require, that we will see here. Then GPS and its component. GPS is the satellite based system. So in that, what are the different components, that we will see in this chapter. So if you want this quick revision of surveying, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.